मनसि प्रतिष्ठितां मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेदि वेदस्य माणिस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासी अनेनाधीतेन अहोरात्रान् संदधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम् ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। रूपं दृश्यं लोचनं दृक् तदृश्यं दृक्तुमानसम् दृश्यादिवृत्तयः साक्षी दृगेव न तु दृश्यते दृगेव न तु दृश्यते। दृग्दृश्य विवेक is a prakaran grantha, and you know the definition of prakarana. शास्त्रैक देश संबंधम शास्त्र कार्यांतरे स्थितम आहु प्रकरणम नाम ग्रंथ भेद विपश्चितः। Have you heard this verse? So Prakaran Granth is topical text, book of categories. There is a difference between Shastra and Prakaran Grantha. Shastra deals with all the topics of that particular subject, whereas Prakarana deal with some few topics. Like when I say Sangeet Shastra, so all the topics related to music will be discussed. So that is called Sangeet Shastra. Jyotish Shastra, astrology. But only few topics are taken up, then it is called Prakarana. Shastra means Shasanat Trayate iti Shastram. Tra means protection. Trayate. Shasanat trayate means if I follow all the injunctions and instructions of the scripture, then I will be protected. Then I am safe. So it is called Shastra. Another definition of Shastra is Shansanat Shastram. Shansan. Shansan means which describe the nature of truth or nature of whatever subject which is dealing with. Only Shansan is there. No instruction, no doing. That is called Shansan. How is God? It is described. So it is called Shansan. But what I am supposed to do, then that is called Shasan. So both the ways scriptures describe the truth. So therefore Shasan is there, Shansan is also there. Now this is Prakaran Grantha. Here you see Shishya Lakshana, Guru Lakshana, they are not given here. Sadhan Chatushtaya, they are not described here. How to approach Guru, teacher, that is also is not given. So therefore it is called Prakaran Grantha. Now this Drugdrishya Vivek has got 31 verses. But in some edition you will find more than 31, more than 40 verses are there. So don't get confused, okay? Guruji says that in 31 verses the topic is covered, so it is enough. But some people, they study little more. So in Sandipani, generally we teach 31 verses. We study these verses. Another name of this Drugdrishya Vivek is Vakya Sudha. That also you must know. Vakya Sudha. Vakya means statement. And here statement means not general statement, Mahavakya. And Sudha means nectar. I think you know what are the Mahavakyas. Yesterday Guruji was also talking about Mahavakyas. Aham Brahmasmi, Prajnanam Brahma, which reveals the identity between Jiva and Brahma, individual and supreme. It is also known as Brahmatmaikya Bodh, Jiveshwara Aikya Bodh. Different ways it is written. So Vakya Sudha means nectar of this great statement. Meaning, this Drugdrishya Vivek also talks about oneness, talks about identity. So the essence of Mahavakya has been given here. So the name is given as Vakya Sudha. Now see, there are different prakaranas, prakaran granthas are there. Finally, the theme is one only. They say, Ekam Sad Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. Nice statement. Ekam Sat, truth is one. But Bahudha, in many ways, it has been presented, explained. By whom? So the Vipraha. Those who are learned people, knowledgeable people. This is very important, okay? Natu Mudaha. Vipraha eva vadanti. Bahuda, natu Mudaha. So all these learned people, they know truth is one. but approach is different, way of presentation is different. Theme of all Upanishads, theme of all, whether Sadhana Panchakam or Vivek Chudamani or Upadeshar, finally we reach to one point only. Jivo Brahmaiva na para. But of course, the example may be different. The method of, explaining may be different. Like in Tattva Bodh, you will find different definitions are given. There is no example, But if you look at Atma Bodh, every verse has got one example. Principle, Siddhant and Drashtant. Then if you look at Upadeshar, essence of all paths have been given. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, etc. When you will study Vivek Chudamani, if you study, then there is an elaborate explanation of each and everything. How that student, approaches teacher. What are the emotions and what are the thoughts going through his mind, and how he asks questions, and what are the characteristics of a teacher, elaborate explanation. Then sadhana, practice, that also is detailed, explanation is there. So in this way we find that presentation is different. Now here in Drugdrishya Vivek, systematic analysis has been done. Logical thinking has been done. And very sharp, here Vidyaranya Swamiji is straight and very sharp. He says that in our life, we suffer because we commit mistake. And it is true. Problems arise because of most of the time, I commit mistake. What I am supposed to do, I am not doing that. Why accident happens in the road? Because of mistake of the driver. Why student fail in the examination? Because while writing he commits some mistake. If you fall on the road, why? Again, because I didn't see that there is a ditch. One person fell from the staircase. Somebody asked, did you miss any step? He said, no, I hit each and every step. So whenever there is a mistake, definitely sorrow will be there. Here mistake is about our identity. Mistake is committed regarding who am I. Therefore, Vivek is needed. There are different types of Vivek. Yesterday I was talking about, gross world we differentiate, we separate things. But when matter is very serious, then you have to do subtle Vivek. Like Dharma Nirnay. What is Dharma and what is Adharma? It is not very easy to separate. What is just and unjust? What is Kartavya and what is not Kartavya? Duty. Arjuna was confused about his duty. And most subtle, Vivek is needed regarding myself. Who am I and who I am not? Arjuna was unable to decide what is my true identity here in this battlefield? I am a soldier, or I am a disciple, or brother, or nephew. And aham esham mama ete, Shankaracharya writes. What he was thinking, that I belong to them and they belong to me. How can I fight? Now he forgot that in battlefield, you don't see the relationship. Only two sides are there. He is my enemy and I have to fight with them. One Mahatma jokingly says that in marriage, that barat is there. There you find my chacha has come and my uncle has come and aunt has come. So he said, Are Arjuna, you are not standing in a barat where you are seeing chacha, mama, nana. How many my relatives came out? Here only you have to see that they are following our adharma, and I have to kill them. I am a soldier here, that's all. So mistaken identity created confusion in me. Similarly, in our life also it happens. So Vidyaranya Swamiji is guiding us that please see who are you, what is your true nature. You have mixed so many things and therefore dukkham is there. So now one by one, he is separating. Vivek has been done. So first thing he says, Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Druk. We should see the relationship between seer and seen. What is seen and what is seer? Now when I say seen and seer, you can replace this word by known and knower. Seer means what? Knower. Seen means known. Many times, this seeing word is used in the meaning of knowing. When that conversation is there, people are talking, they not say, oh, I see, like that they say. No? So seeing doesn't mean through eyes, but oh, I know that, I understand. Where do you work? I see in ICICI Bank. Or say, okay, I see. So seeing means what? Knowing. One who doesn't know, yap pashyati, sapashyati. In Bhagavad Gita it is said. So when it is said that eyes are seer and rupa is seen, means eyes know. Achha, now when rupam word is used, so now roop includes all 5 sense objects, okay? Rupam, Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa and Gandha. All these 5 objects are known. Rupa represent all 5 objects. In Sanskrit it is called Upalakshana. I think you are familiar with this word. Upalakshana. From the group you take one and it represents entire group. So Rupam includes the entire world in fact. Because the whole world is made up of these 5 sense objects. Therefore, another name of this world is Prapancha. Prapancha, made up of 5 things. So all 5 objects are being known. Achha, who is the knower? Lochanam Druk. Now again here also same thing applies. Lochan represent all Jnanendriyas, means organs of perception. So ears, they know sound. then fragrance known by Granendriya, nose. So Lochan represents all 5 sense organs. So Rupam, Drishyam, Lochanam, Druka. Now when we analyze this seer and seen relationship, we must understand few points. In Guruji's book, it is given, when you will get tomorrow or today, whenever book come, you will see that there are few rules. First thing is, when there is a seer and seen relationship, seer is different from seen. This is the first thing. When I see a flower, that flower is different from eyes. When I listen or hear some sound, sound is different from ears. Very simple. So basic thing is seer and seen are different. Second point is, seen cannot see the seer. Known thing cannot see the knower. I can watch this watch, but watch cannot watch me. Watch cannot see me. And it is good, huh? Object cannot see the subject. Seen is always being seen. So this is the second rule. Then the third rule is, seer can't see itself. Knower can't know itself. I can see, means EYE, I can see something other than eyes, but eyes cannot see itself. But somebody says, no, every day I see my eyes. How can you see? No. In front of mirror, who sees my eyes only? No, you don't see your eyes, you see the reflection of your eyes. One person said, no, I can see, no. Eyes can be seen by eyes. How? He removed one eye and he said, no, but I am talking of the same eye, which is seeing. Same eye cannot see itself. There is one rule in Sanskrit, na? Swatmani kriya virodhat. That action cannot be taken, on itself. If you are walking and you are tired. So somebody said, you lift yourself on your shoulder. Can you lift yourself on your shoulder? I can lift somebody on my shoulder. No, but Bhagavad Gita says, lift yourself by yourself. Uddared atmana. So literal meaning is not possible. So mind cannot see its own nature. I cannot see itself. So this is the third rule. So what is the first thing? Seer and seen are different. Seen cannot see the seer. Third is, seer cannot see itself. Okay. Now fourth thing. This seer has to be sentient being, sentient thing. Because seer is knowing. Inert thing cannot know. So, seer has to be of the nature of awareness or, sentient being. If eyes are dead, then you cannot see. So, sentiency has to be there. Then fifth rule is, seer is closer, then seen. Sound, taste, touch, it is a little far. Sense organs are closer. Then mind is much more closer than eyes. And myself, the Sakshi, is the closest. Actually, to say that I am very close to myself is wrong, because I am that. So when we inquire who is the seer and who is the seen, then we come to know all these things. So seer is interior, you can say. Antaranga. Eyes are interior than form and color and all that. Mind is more antaranga, and myself is most antaranga. It is called pratyagatma. Have you heard this word? Pratyak. Innermost. So these things we should understand. Now, when it is said that, eyes are seer, eyes mean all sense organs. They are what? Seer or knower. So now what is the point here? Why he is talking all these things? He said you focus on eyes, focus on sense organs rather than focusing on worldly things. This is actually a kind of meditation. Like in Kathopanishad it has been said, na? Yache dvang manasi pradnya. Have you studied Kathopanishad? Indriyebhya pararartha arthebhyascha param mana. Manasastu para buddhi. Buddher atma mahan para. Like that. Same. One thing is outer, other is inner. So this is inner journey, Guruji says it is like a discovery channel. You are discovering new things about yourself. So rupam drishyam, lochanam druka, tad drishyam druktu manasam. Mind is seeing all sense organs. And mind becomes the seen object. Achha, now who is seeing this mind? So now Sakshi. Here word is given Sakshi. Now further when we will discuss, we will come to know that Sakshi is not somebody else. Sakshi means myself, me. I know my mind is disturbed. I know my mind is peaceful. So all these thoughts are illuminated. They are being known by myself. Achha, now interesting thing. This sense organs and mind, just now you said that they are seer. Mind is seer of all sense organs. And sense organs are seer of all sense objects. But really, can you say that they are seer? Actually, no. Because the real seer is that which never becomes seen. So they are relatively seer. In relation with sense objects, you can say that all sense organs are knower or seer. But in fact, they are not the ultimate seer. They say in this life everything is what? Relative. In relation with that. You cannot say this will remain all the time in this way only. In Bombay, if you ask, how far is the airport? So they say, what time you are going? If you are going in the morning, it is half an hour. But in daytime, 2 hours. Relative. Einstein, talk about relativity. Everything is relative. At this moment, you all are all listeners, okay? as long as this talk is going on. But when you get up and go to Anna Kshetra, you are not Srota, you are Bhokta. You are enjoyer of the food. So time changes, place changes, identity changes. So similarly, mind is seer, no doubt, but in relation with sense organs. In relation with the Sakshi, it becomes seen. So real knower or real seer is that which never becomes seen, and that is Sakshi, that is consciousness. Just now I said that knower has to be a sentient thing. Now all of you have studied different Prakarana Granthas. There you must have studied that sense organs, mind, they are not actually sentient. They are all inert. Sentience is reflected in them. That is not, they are not of the nature of awareness or consciousness. So they are inert. But Sakshi is always of the nature of consciousness, illuminator. It is like a sun. It has got always that light. But when reflection is there on that mirror, as long as that reflection is there, that, it can illumine that room or anything. Mirror itself doesn't have any light. Similarly, here, mind and sense organs, they are inert. So, real seer is Sakshi. Now, further inquiry. Who is seer of Sakshi? So, nobody is there. Now, somebody says, since Sakshi cannot be known, now listen to it very carefully. Sakshi cannot be known, so how can you say that Sakshi exists? Because it is not known. Are you getting what I am saying? See, this watch is known, book is known, therefore what I say that it is there. But just now you said that Sakshi can never become object of perception. So therefore, there is no Sakshi because it is not known. So it is, it is saying like, thoughts are being seen or known, so there must be some knower, na? How can I say that knower doesn't exist? If I can see this book, then existence of eyes are proved. So if I know mind, so there must be somebody who is knowing this mind. Of course, it is not known. Achha, now one more rule is there. This scene, this mind and eyes cannot see the Sakshi because it is innermost. Another rule is what? Mind can see eyes can see object. But other way, ulta journey is not possible. Since mind cannot know Sakshi, therefore there is no Sakshi. This rule doesn't apply. Are you getting? Everybody is here? So Sakshi is there. Now somebody said, maybe, some another seer is there who is seeing this Sakshi. Consciousness is there, yes. And how it is known, some another consciousness is there. Now the question is then, who is the seer of that another consciousness? So third consciousness. So that will be a fallacy of, what fallacy it is? Anavastha. In English, how is it called? Anavastha? Regress. Ad infinite. Ad infinite. So one consciousness is seeing second consciousness is third. Somebody said, no. Only two consciousnesses are there. One is seer and one is seen. Because all the time you are talking about seer and seen, so why not one more pair? Consciousness is there. One is seen consciousness and other is seer. Oh. And they may be, seeing each other. That is also possible. So that will be again a fallacy of mutual dependency. One consciousness is seeing C1 is seeing C2 and C2 is seeing C1. C1 means consciousness 1. So there will be a fallacy. Dosha will be there. And main thing is, what is our experience? Do you feel that you have got 2-3 consciousness? All this is only mental, gymnasia. No, people argue this way. There must be somebody who is knowing this here. But who is that? So you have to make full stop. Mind is there and there is only one seer and that is me, I am. And that never becomes object of perception, seen. Drugeva natu drushyate. It is illuminator, final illuminator. Prakashaka. Acha, now, if somebody said, but how you know that you are there? So you don't need anything. It is self-shining, self-effulgent. I know that I am. See, to see object, you need sense organs. To know sense organs, you need mind. But to know myself, no outer thing or external thing. Please switch on the light to see myself, whether I am there or not. Do you say that? In dark room also, you experience your existence. So it is called Swayam Prakash. It will never become an object of perception. Like to see sunrise, you don't need any torch or anything. One father said to his, son, just go and see whether sun has risen or not. He said, Papa, give me torch. No need of torch. Father said, I think torch is needed for your mind to light. Self-shining. I know that I am alive, Once, in that hospital, that nurse said to that patient, you are dead. But that patient said, no, I am talking, I am sitting. Do you know that you know more than doctor? Doctor has given death certificate. So if any specialist or any expert, famous doctor gives you certificate, no need of that, I know he cannot prove my existence. So Swayam Prakash, Drugeva natu drishyate. And this is my true nature. I am actually ultimate seer, knower. No, but why I don't know? See, because of ignorance. Now, all of you must have heard this. The final thing which is causing all problems, ignorance. And therefore we have to study. The veiling has come, the covering has come. So we have to mentally separate. Here Vivek has to be done, not physically. You don't have to remove sense organs, don't have to remove mind. just mentally we have to think, oh, who am I? So in this way, in the very first verse, he is talking about our true identity. Because of identification with body, with sense organs, with mind, I have forgotten my true identity. And therefore they say the first and foremost thing is to know who you are. See, when we get up in the morning, all of us, we are aware of, who am I? Suppose I forget after getting who am I? Then there will be problem, whether I am engineer or doctor. The moment I get up, I know this is my identity. For this transaction, empirical world, you know some identity. Therefore, Aadhaar card is used. So identity is forgotten, then bandhanam is there, dukkham is there. So whole focus is on that. Think about your identity. Who are you? Who are you? Ramana Maharshi's famous statement, who am I? Anybody used to go to him with problem, what you will, who has got this problem? Think about that, then all problem will be solved. Amazing it is. So up to Sakshi, he has spoken in the first one. Now he is elaborating, explaining little more about this seer and seen relationship in second verse, in third verse, and again he will talk about Sakshi in the fourth verse. So now see. Nilapita sthula sukshma rasva dirghadi bhedatah nana vidhani rupani pashet lochanam ekadha Nilapita sthula sukshma rasva dirghadi bhedatah nana vidhani rupani pashet lochanam ekadha. In the first verse, the first line was Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drukha. Now in the second verse, he is elaborating more about that line only. Now he is explaining here that seen are many and seer is one. Now another rule has come. If you see the seen object, they are many in numbers. Compared to seen, seer is one. Now, he is giving example. For example, different colors are there. Neela, Pita, blue, Neela. Pita, yellow, Sthul, gross, Sukshma, subtle, Rasva, short, Dirgha, long. Now see, varieties of things are there in this world or not. And since there is a variety, there is a beauty in this world. If there is no variety, it will be so boring. Same color is there. In garden, only one type of flower is there. And only one type of mango is there. God has created so many varieties. Therefore, in Hindi, there is one song. Kaun chitrakar hai? Who is the painter? हरी हरी वसुंधरा, नीला नीला ये गगन. The entire earth is green, and then blue sky is there. And there is a palki. Palki means palanquin of these clouds. So varieties of things are there. Who is the artist? If plurality is not there, manyness is not there, it will be so boring. Like in shop also, when you go, what you ask? Show me some more varieties. If only one type of garment is there, one type of texture is there. Varieties of people are there, and they want varieties of things. So anekatva, nanatva is the beauty. So here he says different types of colors are there. And what they say, vibjor, no, what that? 7 colors mean. And the combination, permutation, combination create so many things. So different colors are there, different shape and sizes are there. But the seer, with one pair of eyes, I can see all these hundreds and millions of things. Now imagine if I need different eyes to see different things, then how many eyes you need? To see flower and different, to see book and. Now see, human beings, they have created eyes. And what is that eye? Glasses. Not eyes, but to assist these glasses. In Sanskrit, they are called as Upanetra. To see the things which are very far, another glasses. To see the nearby thing, another. To see where both the glasses have been kept, another glass. And if you go in sunlight, another glasses are needed. But see the creation of God, only one eye. Even you can see that eye of a needle with this eye only. And you can see the mountain also with that. When you have to thread that needle, you have to make your eyes so sukshma. And in first attempt, if you thread, you feel great achievement, I have done something great. Because not very easy. I feel that it has gone in, but it's bhari hai. So eyes have got capacity to see very subtle thing, at the same time gross thing also. So pashet lochanam ekadha vidhani nana vidhani rupani. Now similarly, one pair of ears are there, and with the same ear I can listen different types of sound, music, classical music, filmy music, and what? Rock music, and different types of words. If somebody is whispering, that also I can. I know he is talking about me, So whispering also can. Loud sound also can be heard. So seer is one, knower is one. Similarly, one tongue is there, one rasana, and all kind of food you enjoy. Have you heard of Chappan Bhog? 56 types of, in the Bhagavatam they offer Chappan Bhog to Lord Krishna. So all these 56 dishes are, items, they are enjoyed by one tongue. And not only sweet, sour and, spicy thing, everything is known by one tongue. Amazing it is. Shadaras, they say there are 9 kinds of taste. Sweet and sour and bitter and, Shadaras. there was one person who was devotee of, our Chinmay Mission devotee. He opened one hotel. So he asked Guruji to give some name to this hotel. So Guruji gave name Shadaras. You should provide them, all these 6 kinds of rasas. So one tongue is there. Similarly, with one, nose, I can see different perfume and all that, scents, etc. Only one nose. One person said, I am also saintly person because I use so many scents. Guruji said this joke. So, Pashet Lochanam Ekada. This is the rule, another rule. One seer is there, seen are many. Achha, now, one more thing about this. This knower is knowing varieties of things, but it is unaffected. When I see some red color through my eyes don't become red. When I see blue, it doesn't become blue. It is untouched by seen object, asanga. Now the tongue also is, tasting so many things, but it doesn't become sweet or sour or, spicy. And it is good. Otherwise, I would not, taste other things. If I eat gulab jamun and it becomes sweet, then I cannot enjoy kachori samosa. So it is unattached. Therefore, Goswami Tulsidas ji, who is the author of Ramayana, he says, this tongue teaches us how to live in this world. The mouth is like a world. And you are like a tongue. You should enjoy everything, but don't get attached. Asango. Similarly, ears also. No sound comes and get attached to my ears. So, unaffected by seen objects. So, this is another thing. So, in this verse, 2 points he has discussed, and that is, objects are many, seen objects, knower is one, and second thing, it is unattached. Nana vidhani rupani pashet lochanam ekadha. Now, go a little further, go more deep. Now, when we look at all the sense objects, sense organs, eyes and ear and nose and tongue, they become seen and now mind is seer. Okay, so now again, mind is one but sense organs are many. Same rule applies here also. Now see, we will read this. Andya mandya patutveshu netra dharmeshu chaikadha sankalpayen manasrotra tvagadav yojyatamidam andya mandya patutveshu netra dharmeshu chaikadha sankalpayen manasrotra tvagadav yojyatamidam. Now he is thinking about all sense organs. He says sense organs also are many. 5 sense organs are there. 5 organs of action and 5 organs of perception. So total 10. So now he says, if you look at this Jnanendriya, they have got different conditions and they are being known by mind. He is giving example of again eyes. Andya mandya. Andya means blindness, Andya, andata. Then mandata. Mandata, dullness, mandya. I can feel, I can experience, that nowadays I can't see properly. Slowly my vision is becoming dull and dull. So dullness. And this eye specialist, he checks and he tells, this is the problem with your eyes. That eye expert is called as ophthalmologist. What is it? At one place it is written that if you cannot read this ophthalmologist, it means you read the right place. And one doctor said, I can see that you have got some eye problem. The patient said, without me saying, how can you say that I have got some eye problem? He said, when I saw you that you are coming from window, not coming from door. So I understood that there is some. So the different conditions of eyes can be seen. Itchy eyes there, or sometimes not dry eyes are there. Then they use different kinds of drop. There is one famous quote, if you have got eye problem, eye drop is the solution. And if you have got life problem, drop eye. Eye means ego. Drop your eye. So different conditions of andya, mandya, patutveshu, sharpness is there. I can see very clearly. That Sampati, the brother of Jatayu in the Ramayana story, when all the monkeys, they reached to that seashore, he told them, I can see, Mother Sita is there. Monkeys, they started jumping and trying to see. They can't see. So, Patutvesha. So, different conditions are there. And they are being known by Sankalpayen Manaha. Only one mind is there by which I see all the sense organs. Similarly, if there is a defect in my ear, I can see, I can experience, I can feel. So is the feeler, knower or seer? Mind. So mind is again one and sense organs are. Srotra tvag adau yojyatam idam. This applies in case of ear, skin and so on. Here he is giving example of eyes only. Andya mandya patutveshu. Netra dharmeshu. Netra dharma. Characteristics of eyes, conditions of eyes. Same thing applies to all other sense organs. So they are all known by my mind. Okay, so now we have read up to mind. Now further, if you inquire, mind is known. Now here also seen are many, but seer is one. No, but just now you said mind is one only. But again in mind there are number of thoughts. So varieties of thoughts are there and they are known by one seer, one sakshi. So that he will explain in the next verse. Okay, we'll stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate ओम शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि